Hi Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I just wanted to start off this video by thanking the people who have supported my Ko-fi fundraiser so far. I am so moved at your generosity, and I just wanted to do a slightly bigger thank you at the beginning rather than at the end. I am trying to raise enough money to, over the course of 2025, take 7 work days off so that I can devote those days to working on my channel. Could be making some of the thumbnails, like the thumbnails you've seen for the Irish Readathon, or it could be, trying to spend more time preparing for a review video. Who knows? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, so thank you so much for helping me with that. I've already raised enough to take 1 day off, and I'm about halfway towards day number 2. So I will be taking those off over the course of the year, and it's the only fundraiser that I will be doing on my Ko-fi page this year. So before I get into the books, I'm freezing cold in my house because winter finally showed up in central Wyoming. Now, I know I have shared snow footage with you many times. We are expected to get somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 20 inches of snow between Thursday and Friday. So Thursday afternoon, I'm gonna share some footage of what it looked like. I'm sure there's more by the time you're watching this. Those of you who live in the world where there is no snow, or the temperature's the same all the time, or whatever, I just want to share our little spring storm here with you. As you probably already know or could guess from my attire, I do have a new St. Patrick's Day Irish Readathon Snoopy shirt, but I am drinking my berries tea in my Ireland mug, and I'm here to talk to you about some Irish books. I decided this year that for March, where there are so many events, that I was just going to focus on one, but I was going to focus on it hard. And so I am participating in the Irish Readathon, this amazing event, which has been going on, I believe, since 2018, is hosted by Aoife from Words of Clover and Leanne Rose, and I will link to their channels down below. Essentially, I think the goal of the Irish Readathon is just read one book by an Irish author and you will have participated. There are prompts, and I started out by reading a book that I just felt sure that this person must be Irish, and they're not. And that is Troubles by J.G. Farrell. Now, I've started this book, but as it feels like the world is on fire at the moment, I had to put it down for a little bit and go for something a little bit lighter. But J.G. Farrell, even though he wasn't Irish, he was of Irish descent, and he actually is buried in Ireland in County Cork. He wrote what's called the Empire Trilogy, and they are 3 books that take place in 3 different locations. The first one being Troubles, which takes place, of course, in Ireland, and the other 2, they're all of them, though, are about British colonialism. So anyway, I am going to return to this book maybe this weekend. It does meet one of the prompts in the sense that there's green on the cover, and it's also a prize winner. It's the winner of the Lost Man Booker Prize. I believe it was like between 1970 and 1971. There was a year where they switched the criteria for when when they were going to award the Booker Prize. And so there was kind of this year where there was no one, right? And so they went back and looked at the books that came out that year, and Troubles ended up being the winner of that prize. Just needed something that I felt like I could make some progress in quickly. So I started reading Tara Road by Maeve Binchy. I have never read anything by Maeve Binchy before, and I've heard some mixed reviews of her books, but I am finding this book, even though of course there are, you know, problems for the main characters, right? Like I'm finding it super cozy. It's just so easy to sit down and just easily read like 20 pages in this book. And so even though initially I think I felt like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to finish this book in March, but now I'm feeling very confident that I'll be able to finish it. It's the other stuff that I'm worried about, but it's just really, like I said, I just feel so cozy, and I'm not quite a third of the way through with it. Maybe by the time you see me, I will be a third of the way through it. The other book I've started, I was actually, again, like a little anxious, a little concerned about it. So before I go to bed at night, I have been reading Under the Duvet by Marian Keyes. And I think I wanted to read something by Marian Keyes because I remember, I don't know, I think it was last year, maybe for the Irish Readathon, that Aoife at Words of Clover said every household in Ireland had a Marian Keyes book in it. And I just thought I was sort of staggered by that. But anyway, so I looked at the summaries of some of her novels, and I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, let's face it, for me, this is a very pink cover. Like this is very girly, and yeah, but this is a collection of essays that she wrote, and I don't know how far it goes. Like it's starting off in like 1999, so I don't know where it's going to end up. I didn't look to see when it was published, and I think there's a newer edition of this book maybe, but the first essays that I've read have just been so charming, and even though I'm not super girly in the way Marian Keyes is, she has like an obsession with shoes. There's one essay that was so funny. She was gonna get to be I think she was the makeup editor for a magazine for a short while, and for an Irish magazine, yeah. And so yeah, all this expensive makeup was just coming to her for free, and she was just ecstatic. Like she was just so excited. She said I think the name of the essay is something like the nicest thing that ever happened to me. And even though like I don't have any makeup on right now, like I understand the excitement of like, oh my gosh, like what is this? And oh, like, you know, there's just something fun about getting things in the mail that you're not expecting, you're just passionate about. I've been trying to read one essay a night. So I'm just, you know, 50 pages in or something like that. But again, I am enjoying it so much more than I expected to. Like I said, I was really nervous because if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that this is not really the kind of stuff that I normally read. But yes, Marian Keyes has definitely charmed me, and I feel like I'm starting to understand why every household in Ireland might have a Marian Keyes book in it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, because I have a feeling as things progress, I might feel differently about it. I do have a Foster by Claire Keegan. So many of you have told me how much you loved that book. I am very excited to get to it. One of you actually went and bought it and read it before me. So, and I have got some Oscar Wilde short stories that I'm going to read, and maybe an Irish legend, you know, something. I have a collection from the library for that. So but I've just really been focusing on the light stuff. I'm definitely going to return to Troubles, and I fully plan on finishing that book this month. But in the meantime, I'm just really charmed and enchanted by Marian Keyes and Maeve Binchy. So that's been a lot of fun. I would love to hear about what you're reading this weekend. Again, there's so many great events in March. Are you participating in anything? So please feel free to tell me about what you're reading, or, you know, if you've had a if you're like, I have seen enough snow already this year, Kelly. But yeah, like, I'd love to hear what's going on with you, what you're reading, what you're participating in down in the comment section. I love engaging with you there. As always, I understand if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can always leave an emoji or give this video a thumbs up, which I really do appreciate. Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will be back soon with another video. I'll talk to you then. Bye.